This is Umar for BoxNation. We're in Manchester, Co-op Live. We're back. We started with Chisora Wallin. We're now going with Joyce Hrgovic this Saturday night. Delighted to say live on DAZN. It's called Heavy Impact, and that press conference certainly was. And I'm sure the show will be what a start with Queensbury and DAZN, Frank.
Yeah, I mean, we're really looking forward to it. We said we'd want to put a statement show on involving our British fighters, and we've certainly done that. And I think we've had, for the wrong reasons, had a statement press conference.
Yeah. Before we come on to that, I know the plan years ago with BT, which became TNT, was to invest in the heavyweight division. You've done that for years and years, and now we're sitting on a top table with just some of them. Delicious Ori, incredible amateur. You've got David Adley, who have big plans for. You've got Joyce and Hrgovic up there as well, and that's just a sprinkle of the heavyweights you have.
Correct.
So, in a sense, from what you intended to do years ago, is it job done?
No, the job continues. I mean, we've got a journey. We've got, you've got older heavyweights there who are, may have just a few fights left in their careers, and you've got younger ones starting out. You just mentioned Delicious. He'll be looking to make a name for himself and move through. You've got obviously David Adelaide and Jamie. That's got a bit of spice to it now, and more importantly, you win the British title. And you look at the British fighters that have won that, and gone on and fought and won world titles over the years. It's brilliant.
Yeah, Frank, I mentioned it's you on the DAZN stream just earlier. The British title, the heavyweight British title, though, we've seen some fighters win that who have gone on to achieve amazing things, win world titles, etc. So this is a huge night for David and Jamie, and I guess that's why tensions are where they're at with those two.
Well, they know each other very well. They sparred a lot with each other, and I was listening to the to and fro him when he was saying about you didn't want to take the fight and whatever. Well, they both did take the fight, and they've taken the fight knowing each other and knowing they've sparred a lot together. So they must feel, each of them, that they have the beating of each other. So it's a really, really interesting fight. There's no doubt about it, an interesting fight. And, I'll speak for David, who had that fight against Fabio, which was a loss. And he came back against Soldakers and made a statement win in the knockout he did. And he'll be looking to do the same again. But I don't know him that well, Jamie, but he's pretty much of a quiet guy. He was quite animated and really, was trying to put it out there. I mean, they were both trying to intimidate each other. That's what they were doing.
So what were they actually, it was very loud, what were they saying? What parts did you get from those two?
It was just something about whatever happened at Talk Sport.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened. And it was about probably some of the things that have been said, I don't know, privately or online. Anyway, do you know what? It don't matter what it is. They got a fight on Saturday, and that's where they'll determine who's the best.
Do you think David can do what he did to Soldakers to Jamie?
I think he's a good puncher. If he catches someone, they'll go. These are big guys. They throw bombs. And they're good punchers. You look at their rows, they're good punchers.
He does seem to have a new lease of life under Adam Booth as well, who's been there and done it with heavyweights years ago, obviously David Hay namely. So that seems at the moment, that combination with Adam and David is working well.
Well, I hope it does. And, as you say, he's got the experience from working with David Hay. And we'll see on Saturday night. But he's very confident. Very confident, David, but so's Jamie.
I know you're not a massive fan of the tables going
over.
No,
I don't like all that.
So what was your reaction when that happened?
Well, I'm an old geezer. I nearly had a heart attack. I'm too old for all that.
I was looking up there, Frank. You was the coolest customer there, to be honest. In fact, there was a bit of head movement.
Well, I'm
there.
an old geezer. I don't know what's going on half the time.
A bit of head movement. Your shoulder rolled it, and the table didn't come close to you. But look, I know you're not a big fan of it, but I guess it does add to the build-up, Frank, in some ways.
Yeah, it does, but it's not. It does. It was unexpected, and it was what it was. It's gone now. It's done and dusted. I didn't want them doing a face-off here because I didn't fancy standing in the middle of that. But there'll be a game together tomorrow for the weigh-in, and then Saturday night, it's bums away.
Do you think he's nervous, Jamie, or not?
No, he don't seem like it. But people express nerves in different ways. But I've got to tell you, good fighters have nerves. They're not all ice cold. They're all different people. They react. I mean, I've been in dressing rooms with fighters before a fight where one of them's having a sleep.
What?
Yeah, I've seen guys do that. I remember Naz before a fight we did. he came into the press room, and this was 2 hours before he was fighting, and picked up a sandwich and had a sandwich. They're all different. They're all different.
Just on to the main event with Joe Joyce and Filip Hrgovic. You said it to me on the Zoom where we struggled through yesterday. The loser's got a long, long road back, and there might not be a road back for the loser.
Well, they don't want to be a loser, but they both acknowledged that, and certainly Filip said it. He reiterated what I said, and that's the truth of the matter. It is. I mean, look, Joe's. I don't know how many more fights Joe's going to have, but he really feels he's got something left, and we owe it to him as his promoters. We owe it to him to give him that opportunity, and Filip feels the same thing. He's coming off a loss, a dramatic loss against Daniel Dubois. Joe's had a win since his loss, and now we'll see what they got left in the tank. And the facts of the matter are, one will go on and one will not. It'll go right down the list. That's the facts of life.
When we've seen Joe at his best, Dubois, Parker, his 2 best wins, he's really imposed himself on the other guy. He's taken a lot of punishment in both actually the Dubois and Parker's fights, but physically he was imposing in those fights. Do you think he has to do the same to Filip?
He won't be able to help himself. That's how he fights. He comes forward. He walks forward.
He's a big man as well, though, Filip.
Yeah, but he comes forward. You watch him against Daniel, those first 3 rounds, he was trying to take Daniel out with right-handers. He kept letting, and he was catching him at times. So that's what's going to happen. This will be bombs away. They ain't going to go out feeling each other out. They won't be doing that. They won't want a grueling 10-round fight. They will want to end the fight.
Where does the winner go?
The winner goes up and gets a shot.
A shot at the title, you reckon? Yeah?
He won't be far off, will he? It's exciting times in the heavyweight. It's the most exciting times ever in the heavyweight division this century. It's exciting.
A quick word as well on Delicious Ori. I know you and George again have got massive, massive hopes and plans for him. He's starting his professional career here this Saturday. Just delighted to be working with Delicious, Frank.
He's a nice guy, really. I like him. Very intelligent. He knows what he's got to do. He'll be looking to make a statement himself on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to it. Some great fights for them. The younger generation or the younger heavyweights, or the guys not had so many fights coming through now. They're exciting times. I mean, you could see Delicious, if he keeps winning, fighting David Adelaide in 18 months' time. Who knows?
Yeah. You got your boys Royston and Mark Chamberlain back out as well. Mark obviously suffering that loss to Josh Padley last time, but he's looking to tell domestic division that he's back, and he wants to carry on. Mark.
He's got to make a statement. He's gone up a weight, and he will do. He'll make a statement, and we're getting back in the swing. And there's that fight, the Jack Rafferty fight.
Yeah, and Corey O'Regan.
There's potential there where the winners fight each other.
Okay.
So it's a nice sort of comparison there on the night when you're watching. If you're home watching that, look at Mark and then watch the title fight, which are again 2 undefeated fighters. It's a bloody good fight, very good fight. And then young Royston, who we've invested in from the beginning. I don't mean just money. I mean invested everything we got into him, and I'll manage him myself. He's a lovely, lovely fella, got a great family. I want to see him do well for himself, and this year's got to be his year to start fighting and winning big titles.
To close off, Frank, it's the debut for Queensbury in DAZN. Tell everyone watching this on BoxNation why they tune into DAZN for Heavy Impact this Saturday.
Because it's going to be more exciting than the press conference, I promise you. It's going to be a really good night of boxing. British boxing is best, and a lot of jeopardy involved with these guys. Good quality, even matches. You're going to be entertained. Don't miss it. DAZN. 1 subscription. You get all the best boxing from around the world.
Thank you very much, Frank.